All right, welcome once again, independent living students, to the goal setting presentation lecture. Goal setting is an important part where we will build off of what we talked about in the wellness presentation lecture in regards to motivation. Now, goal setting is a practice that you can get into to help motivate you to accomplish certain things in life. There is a number of different tactics and ways to write proper goals in order to maximize your chances of achieving those goals, and we'll talk about that as well, and not to mention, obviously, the importance of why goal setting can be so very important to our wellness. So Albert Hubbard states he has defined, or he has given an observation, and when it comes to goals and people's success and how they relate to each other. Many people fail in life not for lack of ability or brains or even courage, but simply because they have never organized their energies around a goal. So having a goal, having something that you wish to achieve, something to work towards, is going to maximize your chances of achieving it. I have a college friend who, when he was living in the dorms, put a piece of paper, and he simply wrote on that piece of paper, "I will get a 3.0 this semester," and he pasted that notebook piece of paper with that statement on it right above his desk. So every time he sat down at his desk, he took a look at that goal, and it reminded him of what he wanted to achieve that semester. And it was something that definitely helped him when he came to being able to achieve that goal. Goals are essential for success and happiness in life. Goals are going to help motivate us and to get to our element of wellness. And if we're looking to strive towards wellness, we need to use goals in order to help us get there. They are a roadmap. They are tactics that will be used, timelines that will be put in place in order for individuals to be able to achieve certain things in life. Now, if you click on the link that's titled "Why Set Goals," it's a short YouTube video resource that you can utilize to watch as to why we set goals. We will be viewing this video in class and either having short discussions and or guided and independent practice activities revolving around it. So why should we set goals? Goals give us focus. It helps drive us to achieve something that we want to achieve. Goals help us measure success. If a goal is set and a goal is achieved successfully, we have internally achieved some success, some level of success. Goals help us stay motivated. We have all had days where we do not feel very motivated, but if we have goals that we have not yet achieved that we are working towards, revisiting those goals will help motivate us to continue to work towards them even when we don't feel like we can. Goals help us beat procrastination. Procrastination is an evil that we've all probably fell victim to at some point in our life. We obviously do not want to procrastinate. We want to be able to continue to move forward to completing goals. And so by having goals in place, that can keep us from procrastinating on certain tasks that we need to complete. Goals help us achieve even more. By having goals, we now have given ourselves purpose to drive towards something. As we continue to set goals and achieve them and continue the process, more and more will be achieved by us throughout the course of those goals processes. Goals help determine what we want in life. Think about this. What do you want? Where do you want to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road? What do you want to have? What kind of a lifestyle do you want? By setting goals and achieving those goals, that will help you get to those points at help you get those achievements at certain points in your life. Now, according to Aristotle, believe it or not, one of the most famous philosophers that we have known, man is a goal-seeking animal. His life only has meaning if he is reaching out and striving for his goals. So having something to want to achieve and work towards is what's going to give us meaning. If our life has meaning, we are now on the journey towards wellness. So you can kind of start to see how all of these concepts are tied together. Goals can be absolutely anything. What do you want to have? I want to have an iPhone, a personal computer, a car. What do you want to be? A musician, teacher, business owner. What do you want to be able to do? I want to lose weight. I want to be a state champion. I want to get on honor roll. Any of these can be aspects of goals that you may set for yourself, and they fall in different categories. but the goal themselves and the way to write the goals all is in the same mindset and can be done in the same process. And we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. A goal is an objective or a plan. What do you want to do? Where do you want to be at certain points in your life? If you have dreams, dreams can become reality with goal writing if it is done in a particularly meaningful manner. It's a dream being acted upon by a driving force of desire. So if you really truly want to achieve a dream, it's not just going to happen. You can take the necessary steps in order to make dreams a reality. Put a plan in place. Have step-by-step processes that you have to achieve in order to get there, and check those off the list as you get them completed. Sooner or later, you're going to achieve your goal. Goals are definitely dreams with deadlines. Okay, 5 golden rules for goal setting. There's an article and a video. So if you take a look at these 2 resources, there's a little bit more information on goals versus goals, dreams, and deadlines. Once again, let's review. Set goals that motivate you. What is something that you want to achieve in life? Don't set a goal for something you don't want to achieve in life. You're not going to take it very seriously, and you're probably not going to achieve it. Set SMART goals. SMART is an acronym, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit, of how to write good goals and how to write goals that can be achieved within a certain amount of time. Set your goals in writing. By putting them viewable, having them where you read them or see them on a routine basis is going to help your chances of achieving them. Make an action plan, a step-by-step process of how I'm going to achieve this goal. By such and such a date and time, I need to do this. By such and such a date and time, I'm going to need to do this next. And go through those processes until you eventually have achieved and completed and met your goal. And stick with it. There's going to be bumps, there's going to be adjustments, there's going to be adversity, but that doesn't mean that you stop or you get off the course. It just means that I got to take a different tactic now, and I'm going to get right back on course to achieving this goal. Life happens, and we have things that pop up in our life that we weren't expecting that are going to obviously take a higher role of importance that need to be dealt with and taken care of first before we can move on to anything else. So just remember to stick with it even as these adversities in life come up. Goal setting, it's a target. It's a target. So how do we set a target for ourselves in order to achieve a goal? Well, they come in 3 different sizes. Let's take a look at the different types of categories of goals. Short term, by the end of the week, month, or school year. So usually within a 1-year period is going to be a short-term goal. Intermediate term, by the time you graduate high school. So within the next 5 years, what do you want to complete? And then a long-term goal is going to be anything 10 years from now or longer. So usually a combination of short-term, intermediate term, and long-term goals is what we will put in place for ourselves in order to achieve the success that we're striving for. So when it comes to building our goals, SMART, okay, so the goal has to be specific. That's S. M, measurable. We need to make sure that we know if we've attained this goal or we've satisfied it. A, attainable. Don't set a goal that we can't achieve. We're going to continue to work and not get there, and then we're going to end up probably giving up. So we want to make sure it's attainable. It has to be relevant. It has to be relevant to us as individuals and what we want to accomplish in life. And obviously it has to be time-based. When do we want to achieve this goal? Short-term, intermediate term, long-term. Okay, so when it comes to breaking down the S or the specific, what do I want to accomplish? Why is this goal important? Who is involved? Where is it located? Which resources or limits are involved? These are the questions that we need to ask and answer in order to write a specific measurement for our goal. When it comes to measurable, how much? How many? How will I know when it is accomplished? So if we want to be able to have a measurable goal, we want to ask and answer these 3 questions. A, attainable or achievable. Your goal also needs to be realistic and attainable to be successful. In other words, don't make it too easy where you can achieve it with little effort, and don't make it too hard where you're never going to be able to achieve it because you're not going to get satisfaction out of achieving those types of goals. So how can I accomplish this goal? How realistic is the goal based on other constraints such as financial factors? These questions need to be asked and answered in order to construct an attainable or achievable goal. R, meaning relevant. Does it seem worthwhile? Is this the right time? Does this match my other efforts, needs, values? Am I the right person to reach this goal? Is it applicable in the current socioeconomic environment? So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself and answer in order to determine whether or not it is relevant to your way of life and what you wish to achieve. And then finally, T. So T is time-based. Having an end date gives you accountability and motivation, and it allows you to prioritize what you need to complete and when in order to achieve your goal. All right, so non-goals. Let's take a look at becoming very educated, become famous for a good reason, travel extensively, have good social skills, lead an exciting life, give a donation to a worthy cause, be happy and well off. What do those exactly mean? Your definition of becoming very educated versus mine could be very different. What does it mean to have good social skills? And then what does it mean to be happy and well off? How are you going to determine when you feel happy and well off? Because it could be different for everybody. Now, goals. Hey, play baseball in college. Get a job in fashion design by 25. And you go down the list. All of these are achievable tasks in life, which can be measured and can be attained, which is different from non-goals, which are very, very general. So a goal is something specific that one wants to achieve. It must be in writing if you want to maximize your chances of achieving it. It must have a deadline of when you want to have it achieved. And it must include a plan. What is the step-by-step process to complete and achieve this goal? Now, there's a lot of evidence that people with goals achieve far more with their lives and are happier than those without goals. The happiest people in life have put expectations upon themselves in the form of goals, and they have worked for them, and they have achieved them, and they've taken the necessary steps to find successes in life and work towards their own wellness. Now, in the words of Les Brown, life takes on meaning when you become motivated, set goals, and charge after them in an unstoppable manner. The only person who can stop your success is yourself. If you truly want to be successful in life, you have all the necessary tools. You just need to be motivated and put a plan in place to get there. And setting goals can be step number one on that journey. Now, we're going to have an opportunity to practice this in class. So you're going to be able to create 5 lifetime goals. So in the course of now and the next time we meet in class, we do this activity, start to think about some of the things that you wish to create or some of the things you wish to achieve in your lifetime. What might those be? And start thinking about how you might write the goals in order to achieve them. Now, when it comes to steps for achieving a goal, we take 6 steps. Okay, decide what you want, write it down, be very specific. Set a date for reaching the goal. List the obstacles that you're going to have to overcome. Make sure that you go and identify help if needed and go and seek that help when needed. Develop a plan of action. List benefits for reaching your goal. All of these are going to help you stay motivated when it comes to achieving that goal. Remember, if you fail to plan, you are essentially planning to fail. The purpose of goals is to focus our attention. The mind will not reach toward achievement until it has clear objectives. The magic begins when we set goals. It is then that the switch is turned on, the current begins to flow, and the power to accomplish becomes reality. A quote by Wynne Davis on the power of goal setting and goal writing. Here are some resources that we will be going over in class, but you have these available to you. Feel free to revisit and take a look at these at any time. So over the course of the next couple of class periods, we will be putting these concepts in practice in form of discussion, guided practice, and or independent practice. So make sure to complete and answer the embedded questions and mark as done in Google Classroom when you've completed it. And I will see you next time we meet